Sunday night, beautiful outside, just checking out the landscape. Feeling a little tired. Went to see Downton Abbey with my cousin. Have a little Mexican food. And in case you've never done something outside your comfort zone, I would encourage you to do so. What I did this weekend was I had 150 strangers to dinner at my house. And you might say, that's stupid, that's crazy, why would you have a stranger to your house? Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. It's probably one of the best things I've ever done, in all seriousness. So 6 years ago, 2016, had a little fella named Amos, and I knew he had I knew his path was going to be different, and I thought, I'm going to write this blog. And I told my husband, I'm going to write a blog. And he was like, yeah, right. Like, this is like her going to exercise or her going to do anything, like she's not, yeah, right. And I started writing. And my very first post was talking about elephant in the room and how my elephant in the room was this beautiful little fella. And I wasn't going to let him be my elephant in the room. I was going to really talk about my feelings and what was happening in our family. And I had no real goals, career aspirations. I didn't make money for the first 3 years, but I worked really hard, and it was valuable to me. And a few years ago, I started a subscriber group on Facebook, and you pay $5 a month, pay some taxes, pay Facebook, maybe you keep $2 a month a person. And people might say, oh, you're making a lot of money, or you're doing it for the money. Not really. I mean, money is nice, right? Because people have electric bills and, like whatever. But I built this group of up to 3,000 women. Who knows how many are there now? And men, 3,000 people that really know each other. And if that sounds odd to you, so be it. But it's not odd to me. And so about 4 or 5 months ago, everybody's been stuck with COVID. We do videos every other day. And they were like, we want to get together. And I was like, you know what? Why don't we do a weekend in Edenton? We'll do a weekend. It'll be fun. I thought 20 people might come, right? It'll be kind of silly, but these folks want it, and we're going to do it. Last night, 150 people gathered onto my porch, in my kitchen, in my yard. Look, there's still tables out here. Old Colony Smokehouse served up some barbecue chicken, barbecue, green beans, mac and cheese, banana pudding. And we sat out here and we watched the sunset. And there's the remnants of the tables, just in case you don't believe me. And this yard was filled up with lights and mayflies. And it was lovely. And I'm not talking about the weather or the impending rain or the thunder or, it was hot, hotter than Hades out here. I mean, it was hot. What was lovely was a group of people, husbands, wives, women that were young, women that were old, mothers and daughters and friends, people from all walks of life. So there might have been a family there that owns a huge rice plantation. And then there was another woman there who rode on a train, and works at a restaurant. But you know what we found? We're not that different. What the common thread of the group last night, they probably weren't the people you would have seen me with at pictures in college, or, it wouldn't have been your, like, this is the most social, amazing group in the world. These are people that come from everywhere. But we were all together because we had this common thread of we want real. We don't need we don't need to pretend. We don't need to fake it till you make it. We don't need to act like everything is fine. And I heard comments like this, and I'm going to tell you. So I had people whisper their secrets in my ear. And I can tell you the secrets because you won't know who they were. But one secret last night was I didn't think about him all weekend. And it was her son that had died recently. And she was so worried to leave. Another one said, my husband died in February. And this is the first thing I've done since he's been gone. You don't know how much you've helped me. I've been struggling so much. My child is in emergency foster care. We're struggling. I needed this break. I needed this weekend. Our 30-year-old son lives with us at home, and he's amazing and wonderful. And we feel like you know what our life is like. And I will take friends like that every freaking day of the week as opposed to somebody that wants everything to be neat and shiny. I don't need to pretend to be anybody that I'm not. I am Adrienne. Adrienne, and that's all I have to be. And that is enough. And those women were enough. And it was probably a group that would have scared some people because they would have said, boy, these people are joyful and they're happy and they're amazing. And to my knowledge, there's never been another blogger that's invited 150 people for the weekend to her small town and said, come be a part of my town. We had catered to breakfast. We had catered dinner at my house. We had a garden tour. We had 2 cocktail parties. And my town went from thinking, Adrienne's sort of a cuckoo bird, right? Like she does this blog. We don't really know what that is to, boy, you've got some neat people. And thanks for bringing them to Edenton. And we really appreciate that. And I think it's just, boy, they were nice. You know when people are nice? People are nice when they feel seen and loved and they feel like I don't have to have on the right shoes or the right clothes, or maybe I'm fat, maybe I'm too thin, maybe I smoke, maybe I cry, maybe I'm alone and drove all the way here from Toronto, Canada, or I drove here from Arkansas. People just want to have a connection. And are we giving ourselves for a connection? So I had this kind of weekend of connections. I had friends from my town who came. And then this afternoon, my 2 friends left. My cousin left. They had been staying here. And we laughed. Like, you know when you laugh and you like snort or kind of wet your pants? We laughed like that last night, which is just so healthy. I have to think that laughing like that adds 6 months to your life. And this morning, we go to church. My children have some speaking parts. We eat, a cheeseburger. And another cousin and a friend were talking about Downton Abbey. And we're like, let's go to the movie today. And they're like, yeah. So at 4:30, we have 3 women go to a movie. One with nearly grown children, one with tiny children, and one with me in the middle. And we just go to a movie. And I'm thinking, this is connection, right? Like, don't miss connecting with the people right in front of you. I just think we're so quick to just do everything. We think we have to do this and we have to do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know. It's very telling to me. My cousin and I were talking tonight. She was like, I think in 20 years, we're going to really know what happened with COVID and how it's hard and it's isolated people. And my subscriber group has been a lifeline to me. And I think it's been a lifeline to other folks. And it was just awesome. It was just awesome. And I said to her, you know, the other thing about COVID that I've liked, to be honest, is that I'm sort of sticking with the real friends. Like, I like people that like me. And if you're one of those people and you say, well, I don't know why she tells people she weighs 186 pounds, or she shouldn't put pictures of herself in underwear. Well, you know what? Then you're not my person. And I want to be with my person, my people. And my husband said one time, I got real teary. It was early on, and I really lost some friends in the beginning because there's this thought that if you start telling all your secrets, maybe you'll tell theirs too. It's like, you know, I've lost these people I thought were my friends. And he said, you know, being a truth teller will really smoke them out. And it's true. It's true. And if I smoke them out, bring on the kerosene and matches, because it is the smartest thing I've ever done. The people that I have around me are supportive and love me for exactly who I am. And I hope I do that for my friends. You know, I hope my friends know that I love them for who they are, not what they look like, not what they do, not what they can offer me, not how important they are or where they live or what job they have, but because of the way they make me feel. And I hope I make people feel like that too. And I'm not a bullshitter. If you're going to act like a pain in my ass, I'm going to tell you you're a pain in the ass. And I think that's what friends do, right? It doesn't mean you have to suck up, but it means you say, no way, Jose. You ain't doing that. So be a real friend to somebody. And you might think, well, everybody's got a friend. There are a lot of people out there that need a friend. They need a friend. And maybe it's you. Maybe you could be a friend. Maybe you can hook somebody else up with a friend. Maybe you can look for ways to build connections in your community. And it doesn't just happen. You have an awesome village. I do have a good village, but having a village is building a village. You know, you got to reach out to the young mom with the little girl at home and say, you know what, I'm going to bring you some hand-me-down clothes. Reach out a hand. Reach out a hand. It's really not that hard to do. Thank you, Tammy, my friend. Life is just too short not to take advantage and build those connections. So, you know, people giggle or, oh, she has a blog. Well, it's been the smartest thing I ever did. And if I do nothing else in my life, I will feel like I did something worthwhile.
Can you open this, please? I'm so dizzy.
What?
I'm dizzy.
You're dizzy?
Yeah. Am I allergic to salted butter?
No. Nobody's allergic to salted butter.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm on the video, though.
No, it's mine.
Banana pudding left over from the weekend, I guess, is gone now. And now she's made me forget what I was going to say.
Does banana pudding count as fruit?
Yes, banana pudding is fruit.
Okay. Because I need fruit, because I had so much junk food.
Yeah, it's fruit. Aren't you exhausted? You know, I didn't write this weekend. I did 2 little subscriber videos. I had all these people here, and I was like, I can't do videos because these people have come from all over the country, all over North Carolina, and I'm not going to miss a second with them. I'm really trying to be present in the moment. And there's another word of wisdom, not that I invented that, but be present. Don't be the person that's looking over the shoulder of the other person or thinking, well, they invited me to hang out, but maybe somebody else is going to come along and I'm going to like them a little bit better. Maybe they're going to make me a better deal. Don't be that person. Invest in who's right in front of you and who you care about. And don't worry about what's coming next or when or where or blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's just such a freaking waste. Last night, the lightning started and the thunder, and dinner was going to start at my house at 7, and it was about 6:30, and I was at a party having a glass of wine, talking to a mom from Austin, Texas, 5 children, littlest 3 with autism, oldest 15. And I said, are you coming to breakfast tomorrow? And she said, you know what I think I want to do is I just want to sleep in the cold hotel room and rest. And I was like, sounds pretty legitimate to me. And we sat and had this wonderful conversation. And my mother, meanwhile, Lord bless my mother, because I really do love her. But she's like, I got to get back to the house, and I got to, get the tablecloths off the tables. It's going to rain. And then I hear that there's another one of my followers who's probably a little more uptight than others is like, well, what's she going to do if it rains? What's she going to do? And I get back and I hear this. Well, what were you going to do if it rained? And I said, you know what? I was going to find out who really likes me. You either come to my house and get wet or you don't come. What do I care? It's a win-win for me, right? I've smoked them out. I wasn't going to sit and be worried about the frickin' rain that I couldn't do anything about. And it doesn't mean you can't do anything about anything, but it just means sometimes you just have to say, you know what? I can't control the whole world, and I can't control everybody around me, and I can't control if I have children that are the people that I thought I was going to have. We were at dinner at Samurai. It's this one of those hibachi places, down in Miami. We were seeing my parents a few weeks ago, and my children, everybody loves hibachi, right? And so we go to hibachi, and you sit at a table with another family, and there was this other couple at the table. They were dating, youngish, early 30s, and of course, basically what we're doing is listening to their conversation, right? Because what else do you do when you're... So Blair and I are at the end, and all of a sudden, and I'm like hearing snippets of things thinking, that's odd. She like snorts and starts laughing. And I was like, she was like, did you hear what they just said? And then I hear the question again, and she poses it to him. And the question is, what is your idea of a perfect Saturday, perfect weekend Saturday? These people look nice. They don't have children. They're not married. They're like on some, eHarmony date. And he says, well, I like to get together with my friends, play some basketball, like to cut the grass, watch a little sports, spend time with the person, that I'm with. And she said, well, I have a real problem with that, your list. And because it's important that I'm with someone that splits equal time with me. So I'm going to have an equal amount of exercise time and, time with my family and my work time. And so I'm concerned that we're not going to match up because, it seems like you want a little more time to yourself than I think you should have. And I mean, at this point, I was like, and Blair, like, spits her Shirley Temple out. And they, like, kind of do, like, this number, like fruitcakes are laughing at us. And Blair was like, Mom, right, Alicia? Mom, do these people know that this isn't how life works? I was like, it doesn't, does it? She was like, no. They need to have Amos come over for a weekend. And I was like thinking, when I was young and in love, I thought, well, I want 3 children. I want 4 children. Or I want all my children done by the time I'm 28. And I want this, and I'm going to have that. And never once did I say, you know what? I think I'm going to find somebody that doesn't pass the bar exam the first go round. And as a child with maybe some random genetic disorder and anxiety and autism, that'll be fun. And we can't get the medicine right. And then, and you're going to live here. Well, now you're not going to live there. That didn't work out so well. So now you're moving. And nobody writes, my life would not have been written down in a book of what I wanted. But it's my life, and I love my life. It's not the life I picked, but it's a pretty good life. And my book is a good book, and your book is a good book. And I'm not saying terrible, horrible things don't happen. But your happiness and joy cannot depend on everything in that book. Don't let the cat scratch the chair happening. So my guest this weekend gave me this book this morning, and it says, Be Our Guest. Well, the book is filled with all my people that came this weekend. And it's just notes, and this isn't about like an accolade to Adrian, but that's my book. You know, that's the book. That's the book.
Mommy, what should I get for lunch?
Honey, I don't know. 100+ people just writing down what matters. And what matters is laughing and enjoying each other, and, you know, kids with special needs, and a life that just basically fell off a mountain. You know, life, it ain't easy. And my life's pretty damn easy. And it's not easy. And if people want to hear, wow, not like a sob story, but they want to hear, they want your inside to match your outside. So don't try to make everything look rosy, coochie, peachy, you know, when you're falling apart inside. Give them the real deal. Bring out the frickin' Tupperware. We don't need silver platters. We need Tupperware and mess, and just be yourself. And people either like you or they won't. But I promise you, you will have joy. So if anybody wonders what a subscriber is, I hope you know that it is a person, and to me, that wants a taste of a real life in a world where social media dominates many, many chapters of falsehood. So my subscriber group is not like that. It is a group that is honest and kind and cares about each other, and they want to get together, and they are more than just, you know, some random on the internet, some stranger that you're letting into your house. You know, they are people with hearts and feelings, and just an amazing group. So anyway, I just really wanted to make sure I shared that and told that, and tell you, you know, if you need a safe place to fall, you found it. Subscribe to my page. And if I'm too much for you, that's okay. You know, find your group. But don't think that there's some group you got to catch up to, and that's the group you want. Somebody said one time, well, the in group didn't accept me, so I got to be friends with the out group. And I said, well, what makes the in group the in group? The out group is the in group. I think my group is the in group. But it might not be to other people, but it sure as hell is to me. Because I don't need more than that, you know? So anyway, subscribers, see you in a minute. I promised them a video. We're going to have a little debriefing. We have a lot of presents that came Adrian's way this weekend. We also have some gift bags for some subscribers. We have 3 $500 gift cards we're giving away to subscribers. So the subscribers are very eager to have a video and just find out all sorts of stuff and tell some funny stuff about this weekend. They will tell you, if you speak to anybody that came to my weekend, there's this thing that many people have never heard of, and it's called a mayfly. A mayfly, well, here's one right here. Look at there. A mayfly is this kind of bug. Do you see it? Well, last night there were, 10,000 in my house. Oh, look, they're everywhere. Yeah, there's some up there. My husband took a vacuum and sucked them out of here. But anyway, people are like, are these here all the time? I was like, it's May. It's May. It's a mayfly. They're like, well, I can't believe you're from the South and you didn't know them. Where are they? Where'd they come from? I was like, I lived in Nash County. I ain't never seen no mayfly my whole life. Anyway. Yes, my daughter did have a tip jar and made $70, and I'm sorry, that is the tackiest thing I've ever heard in my life. For my 12-year-old to walk around with a tip jar and be doing nothing, and people gave her $70. And then a part of me is a wee bit jealous that I didn't think of it first. But anyway, mosquito hogs. That's smart. See y'all later. Subscribers, see you in a minute.